Hey guys, it's Cameron here in the Utah Airguns Custom Shop. I wanted to make a quick video for you today to talk about this really new cool product from AirMarksman. This is the AirMarksman Backbone Rail system. This is a newly released optics rail that is more than just a neat way to add some extra rail space to your gun. What this rail does is it actually replaces the entire factory optics rail and backbone system with one piece of aluminum. So what this does is it adds a lot of rigidity to your rifle. It's going to take all the flex out of the back of the rifle system here. And because we're replacing that factory optics rail and the factory backbone, it allowed the rail to be extended both rearwards and forwards. So now you've got 18 inches of full rail space. That's more than any other rail on the market. It's got 20 MOA of elevation milled right into the rail. So it's going to be great for those long-range shooters. And there's some other really neat features we're going to talk about as we install this rail that make this the perfect choice for those of you into NRL and PRS type shooting. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start installing our AirMarksman Backbone Rail. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and disassemble our impact here. So you're going to need two Allen wrenches to do this, a 2.5 millimeter and a 4 millimeter. We've got these Bondus T-handles here. If you don't have Allen wrenches already, Utah Airguns does sell these awesome little Bondus kits on their website. I would highly recommend picking one of these up if you own any airgun. Good to have in your tool bag. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to start with the 2.5 and remove these two back screws. These aren't in very tight, so they should come out pretty easy. And once you've got that done, you're going to take your 4 millimeter and you're going to remove this large center screw. Once those are out, it should just lift off. Just like that. We're now going to go ahead and remove our cheek piece, again using the 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench. And when you lift this off, if you can keep the screws in it, it makes it easier to reinstall later. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the factory backbone. You won't need to reuse any of these screws because we've included all new screws with the new backbone rail. So go ahead and start removing these with the 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench. Now that we've broken all those screws loose, you should be able to just go ahead and lift your factory backbone off. Now we're going to go ahead and drop our backbone rail onto our impact. As you'll see, it aligns perfectly and it automatically centers itself, so you don't have to worry about the alignment of the rail. Because this is held on with all of these screws, it will automatically center onto the gun. A really cool feature of this rail that you'll notice is this little guy right here. What this is it's actually a Baldy Tent. I'm going to flip this over so you can see. So there's a little Baldy Tent in here with a spring. And what this is designed to do is to hold your bolt open and kind of remove some of the slop and play from the cocking lever on your impact. So if you're a PRS shooter, this is really nice because it will hold the bolt back when you're moving from stage to stage, so that as you maybe maneuver a gun into a prop or onto a barricade or something like that, you don't have to worry about the lever actually falling closed and accidentally loading a pellet, so that you end up with a double load when you start that stage, and then you have to burn a shot and that costs you points. Now that we've got our rail placed onto the gun, we're going to go ahead and start putting our screws in that hold the rail on. So we're going to start with these two middle screws here and then kind of work our way from the middle out as we install them. So on these two screws, there's going to be a longer screw and a short screw. The short screw is actually going to be the shortest screw in the gun. So that's going to go on the left-hand side of the gun. And then the long screw is going to go on the right-hand side. So when you're torquing these screws down, you only want to get them just about finger tight. If you go much tighter than that, you do risk stripping these out. They really only need about 8 to 10 inch-pounds. Anything more than that, you again risk stripping these out, and that could be a big problem. So make sure you're careful when you're doing that. So we've got those 2 middle screws in. We're going to move to the first 2 of the back screws. We've included, again, all new screws with this rail, and you do have to use the longer screws that we include for these back screws. The factory ones will not reach. Set these in, tighten them down, finger tight. So we're going to move on to our front 2 screws. These are also 2 long screws. These are the same length as the factory screws, but we've included new ones in your kit. These are going to go through the rail, through the forward barrel support, and into the block. Now that we've got all of our front screws in, we're going to go ahead and just finish up our back screws. Final step is to reinstall our cheek piece, which if you've left your screws in should be real easy. Those screws should kind of locate the holes themselves, and all you need to do is snug them down. Again, with these, not too tight, especially with these newer like injection molded style cheek rests that are on the M3s. If you tighten these screws too much, it can tear through the little flange that retains the cheek piece onto the gun. So just finger tight. So I'll show you really quick why that Baldy Tent feature is so important on a PRS gun. Here we've got a factory impact. If you cock the rifle and leave the handle open, when you tip the rifle up, the handle's going to fall closed. So with the addition of that Baldy Tent, you don't have to worry about that. And this isn't really adding any extra force to the cocking mechanism of the rifle. It's just putting enough pressure to keep that open as you move from stage to stage. Pretty neat little feature, and it really adds a lot to the function of an already great rail. There you have it, guys. The AirMarksman Backbone Rail is installed on this impact and ready to go. I'm going to mount a scope on this thing and take it out to the range and go shoot. I highly recommend you guys pick one of these up and go do the same. If you have any questions about this, the installation, or the product itself, leave them down in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe. We are going to be posting videos like this from the custom shop more often, showing you how to install some really cool parts. And we'll catch you next time here at the Utah Airguns Custom Shop.